Hi there, it's Craig here. Well, here we are. It's been about a month since I brewed this Black Rock beer kit. I know I just posted the video, but I waited until I was done and ready to taste it before I posted the taste video, so you could see it, all at once. That's the label for the kit. That's what it looks like. So let's get to this because I've got a frosted glass right here. We'll talk about that in a minute. What I want to do right off the top is just try it. This is a month old. Okay, I refrigerated it overnight in the fridge. It's a very light, I'm told it's a very light beer, a very light tasting beer, a very light bodied beer, which is why I did this. And I'm going to explain that in a minute. Smooth. Let's hope it stays that way. Very light color. It's a Pilsner. Okay. I like the head. It's not like soda pop. It's very I don't know if you can. It's very, the bubbles are very small. It's a ladies' beer. And what I mean by that is it's not a full-bodied, deep, bottom level beer. It's very top level, very light tasting, not a lot of hops in it. Maybe that's, I guess that's the way it's supposed to be. The head's not holding out too well. But it does taste nice. I mean, it's refreshing. There's no doubt. If you get home from work or cutting the grass or something like that on a hot summer day, and you had one of these chilling in the fridge, definitely very inviting for that application. But it's lost its head. There's not, okay, let's talk about this for a minute. Let's let it sit over there and see what happens to it. I have to give credit a little. I can't give this a bad review because in the instructions it says add 1 kilogram of corn sugar or 1 kilo. I can't remember what it says. I haven't got my glasses. It suggests corn sugar or dry malt extract or corn syrup. I just did the corn sugar. So in all fairness, I can't give it a bad review unless I try those other things. Okay? Corn sugar is the most basic thing you can add to a kit to boost your alcohol. Corn syrup is going to give you a little more head retention. Remember that stuff I used to use? I called it adjunct. Well, it was basically dry malt extract. No, sorry, dry malt extract. It was high malt glucose. So it was basically a syrup, a malty syrup. And it did help. I can't get it anymore, but it did help in the head retention because it was very thick and it gave the beer a little bit more of a, I don't know what the word would be for that, a little more, helped hold the beer together a little bit more. I've already had a couple of beers already, so don't tease me about my slurring here. It takes me a while to set these things up. Anyways, that stuff used to help, and I think I'm going to be able to get that again, and I may start using it. Corn syrup is also something that you can try, because it's thick, and it's going to add to the thickness of the body of the beer, which will help hold together the head retention and all that. And in a light tasting beer like this, you need something like that. So I'm not going to give it a thumbs down. But I will say that if you do decide to brew this beer, if you can find it, definitely go for either the dry malt extract or the corn syrup. I will try those things and see how they come out. But it's not offensive. It's a very light beer. You could get sloshed off of these because there's probably about 5.5% alcohol in here, maybe just 5. I don't measure it all the time. I don't care really, but it seems to me that this goes down really easily, very, very easily. So you could easily sit and get like half baked off a few of these, because it's not, you know, something that you're going to be going, like if you sit there with a stout, you got like a 6-pack of stout, you can't drink more than 3 of those. You're bloated and it's just too hard, it's too much, too heavy, it's too bottom level, you know. They did recommend the other products to use as, you know, fermentable sugars, so we have to try those before if we try those and we still don't get a good beer, then gone, right? But I think that in all fairness, we need to do that. Now, I just want to talk quickly about chilling the glass versus not chilling the glass, chilling the beer versus not chilling the beer. Here's my opinion. If it's a lighter bodied beer like this one, you definitely want it cold, and you definitely want a chilled glass. This is my opinion, because it's more like the refreshment part of it. And it also, in most cases, not in this case, but in most cases, will improve your head retention, okay, if you chill the glass. But if you're drinking like a stout and you pour it into a chilled glass, you're going to end up with this much beer and that much head. And I hate that. That's not drinkable. And by the time the head reduces so that you can actually get down to the beer part, there's nothing left. You've lost all your body, because it was all in the head, and the head disappeared, so it's all gone. So, you know, you have to... Pouring and chilling the glass are very important for different types of beers. I've never, studied this. This is my own experience. When you're pouring something like a stout, if you want to chill the stout, that's fine, but don't pour it into a chilled glass, because you're going to get that huge head on it, which is useless, right? But if you're pouring a lighter bodied beer like this one, then yeah, you might want to give it a little help. This one needs it. Yeah, we'll try it again with the... I'll do it with corn syrup. That's what I'll do. Give me about a month. I'll let you know how it turns out. I want to go back to my Coopers for a couple brews, because I have to say it, and I'm going to get blamed for this, but I've been brewing the Coopers brand for 11 years for a reason. And that reason is that after 2 weeks in the bottle, I get a beer that has head retention, nice lacing around the inside of the glass, and a good flavor. Now, some people don't agree, and that's okay. I mean, that's everyone's got their own, some people are really fussy about the taste of beer, I mean, somebody might like... A friend of mine likes Rickard's Red, which I do too. You go into a bar, you buy some Rickard's Red, you buy a jug of it. It looks like, a dessert, basically. It's got head and froth all over the place. You pour it in a glass. It looks like some sort of a Dairy Queen ice cream sundae. It's just totally amazing. You're not going to get that out of a canned product, out of a canned beer product. That's just all there is to it. Which is why I think he's moving to all grain. So, and I plan on getting into that as well. Just before I made this video, I was setting up to make this video. I got a question came in, just right over there, just about 5 minutes, or a few minutes before I started making the video, and the question was single stage fermentation versus dual stage fermentation. Now, so let's explain that. And if you already know about this stuff, you can stop watching the video and go click on the ads. Sorry, I didn't say that. I didn't say it. Okay, single stage is basically you put the wort in the fermenter, you sprinkle the yeast, you let it ferment for a week, and then you bottle it. Okay? So in that particular case, you want to have a fermenter with a spigot. I'll put some links down in the more info section. Click on more info. I'll put some links down where you can buy some of these products. From a very reputable website, and I make a little profit off it if you do that. Hey, it helps support me and my website and all the stuff I do. Why not, right? So you're going to want a bottling bucket for a single stage fermentation, because a bottling bucket has a spigot. It's much easier just to put the hose on and boom, you're bottling, right? No siphoning required. A dual stage is when you let it ferment for about, I don't know, 5-6 days in the fermenter, and then you siphon it into a carboy, and you let it go for 2 weeks or something like that, or even longer in some cases. I did that with the Canadian red beer, and because it suggested I do that. Personally, next time I do a Canadian red beer, I probably won't. When you do a double stage, what you're doing is you're letting it sit in the carboy, and it's going to clear. Okay, and all the stuff, all the sediment, the yeast and everything, is going to sink down to the bottom of the carboy. All right, so that when you bottle it, there's very little yeast left over. Okay, and it's going to take forever. It takes forever to carbonate. It takes like 3 weeks to a month to even start. It takes a long time. If you're willing to wait, there can be a better taste factor to it, because you're letting all the stuff, the yeasts and things down, whatever is going to get you some off flavors, you're letting them all fall down to the bottom of the carboy, so that when you bottle, those things aren't there. Okay, if I was doing all grain brewing or something like that, then I probably would, because there's probably reasons why you should. But doing extract brewing, I don't think it's necessary. Even if it says to, I don't think it's necessary. But that's just my opinion, and you need to try it both ways. I have tried it both ways, and I stick to the single stage. You could really get sloshed off of this, I will tell you. Very easy to drink, and so it depends on what you want to do. All right. Well, thanks for watching, and what's next? Oh, the maple syrup one's coming up. I've got another brown sugar one going on back there, because I just want to get back to basics for a little while and enjoy. And now, but I'm going to do the maple syrup one very soon, and I still have that product I mentioned that I was going to demonstrate. I have it here. It's here. I want to show it to you guys. I think it's cool, and I think it's going to help some people with their issues when they're making their home brew. All right. Thanks for watching. Check out my website, craigfairway.com. You know what to do. See you guys. Bye. Personally, next time I do a Canadian red beer, I probably won't. Sorry. There was a weird... Okay, it's a snowblower. I thought... couldn't figure out what the hell that noise was going by there. I thought something was going to blow up. Somebody's doing some snowblowing outside. Okay, so it's 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't know. Anyway, let's see what we've got. Here's the label. I'm getting a bit of a cold, so if I have to sneeze... Oh. Don't you hate that? Damn. Okay, there it is.